Hello everyone, today I'm going to be doing a sort of live stream slash book review slash film comparison of the book The Princess Diaries. This is actually a series by Meg Cabot. The book is actually a series, and this one is the first in the series. And there's also a movie, loosely, and I will get into that in a minute, loosely based on the events in this book. Now, before we start, there will be some spoilers within the movie aspect of it. I'm not going to give too much away from the book because more people have probably seen the movie than the book. So there might be a little bit of spoilers from the movie, but I'm going to try not to give too much away when I'm talking about the book. So if you haven't seen the movie, which it's a pretty old movie, you probably have seen it, the Disney movie with Julie Andrews and Anne Hathaway. That's her name, Anne Hathaway. Um, so yeah, so my hair's crazy. Okay, so this book is basically similar to the movie in that this girl is, her name's Mia Thermopolis, and she is kind of this kind of geeky girl, she refers to herself as like a freak and things like that, and she's really tall, and she she finds out that she is a princess, and it's about her basically dealing with that. Um, and it's in a diary form, hence the name The Princess Diaries. And it is written probably like a teenage girl of that time would have, at that time, like that's when I was like really young. So people my age that were teenagers back in the day, um, that's probably how we, some of us would have written. And it's really believable, even though the author is a grown woman. It still works and it flows really nicely. And there's a lot of plot to it. It's not like some other books, and you can probably guess which one I'm referring to, where sometimes there is no plot, but then they make millions. I think you know what I'm talking about. But this one actually has a plot, and it's a really easy read for, teenagers, and I think teenagers would like this because they read about a girl becoming a princess. And um, I read this back in the day, and then I decided to read it again because my mother brought all my books up, and it pretty much was here, and I decided to read it again. And it is a good book, but it is kind of a little teenagery for me, just a little bit. It kind of has, I don't know, I can't really describe it, but it is a good book. It's just a little bit too teenagery. Some of the things that happened and some of the things that way she writes is just a little too teenagery for me. But back in the day, I did enjoy it. And I really like a lot of the colorful characters in this book. There are a lot more characters than in the movie. And you really got to know a lot of the characters. But in the movie, there are a lot of characters were not in the book. And there was like the basic people, like the mother, like Mia's mother, Mia's grandmother. The father is not in the movie like he's in the book because, it's Disney. You have to kill off a parent, and then they just did a lot of changes from the movie than the book. I really liked the way the book ended. um, because in the book, the things that are going on with her, the way she writes and the way she is, the character, in that age, I think she's 14 in this book, and in the movie she's 16, but, at that age, everything is a crisis. And she really plays that really well. Um, I think in the book, it's not as believable. Maybe the person playing, I think it was Anne Hathaway, she was a little older, and it just didn't come across that well. Um, but yeah, the book is really good. I think it'd be good for really young readers. It's a really easy read if you're trying to get a person that detests reading. I would give them this book. Um, Now, the movie, I didn't really like the movie. I've watched it several times because when I was younger, I stayed at someone's house and they watched that movie a lot. Oh gosh, they watched it a lot. And so I wasn't too big of a fan of the movie because once you read the book and you kind of reflect on the movie, they do change a great deal. Um, you know, like it's Disney, like trying to be like hip and cool, but they can't make it too hip because it's Disney. I think this book, if they were gonna do it a film adaptation or a screen adaptation, I should say, I think they should have done it as a series. I think that would have worked a lot better. Like in the movie, um, it's really different than the book. In the movie, she's at like this beach party because she lives in San Francisco, and in the book she lives in Manhattan, I think. Yeah, Manhattan, and um, and she's at this like beach party, and but I mean, they tried to make it hip, but it's Disney, it can't be too hip, but it's just this weird thing that they're trying to do. Um, and they just changed a lot. They used a lot of the same character names, but it wasn't well developed. I don't think the movie was not well developed, and um, and yeah. So I liked the way the book ended, and I liked the big climax at the very end of the book. I'm not gonna give that away. But one thing that the movie I really liked Julie Andrews as the grandmother. She was really, really good. But in the book, the grandmother is very much a snob, which, some people are like that. Some people they can be like that. But, um, but, you know, um, so I did like the grandmother in the movie better. I love Julie Andrews, and I think she did a good role. But maybe it was because it was Disney. They can't have a wicked grandmother. But I think that um, and in the book, the grandmother is grand-mère, and she does not like to speak English. She wants her granddaughter Mia to speak French. And um, yeah, but overall, I thought the book was, a lot better than the movie, and you do not have to. I mean, I would just forgo the movie altogether and just watch and read the book, and maybe read the series is long though. I think it's like 16. Let's see, is it 20 books? I think it's 20 books, if that. Um, it might even be more than that, but yeah. Um, anyway, I would pass on the movie. I'd pass on both of the movies. I know there's a sequel to that. I'd pass on both of the movies and read the book. It's a lot better. And this is coming from someone that this is not part of my age bracket anymore. And I still very much liked it, and it was a fast read. And yeah, so pass on the movie. Movies, pass on the movies. Because I know there's that sequel. And yeah, I really love diary formats, or like first person formats. I don't know, there's getting into the head of the character. Oh, and I forgot to say, it's cool, the character, I didn't realize this when I don't think I've read, is this my first time reading the book? Yeah, no, it's not. But I didn't realize, I forgot that this character is actually a vegetarian, which I think is really cool. Um, you don't see a lot of vegetarian characters, so thumbs up. Um, but yeah, this I really like this book, and if you have a student or a child that does not like reading, this will be an easy book for them to. If it's a girl, if it's a guy, if it's a little boy, they're gonna be like, "Mom, why'd you buy me this?" But if it's a girl who does not like reading, um, I think this would be a good thing for them to do, to read really fast and has a plot and just a fun read, something fun, something light. Um, and I've been reviewing and reading a lot of children's books because, for one, I have them in my collection and I want to use them. My mother brought down all my books since I have so many to choose from now. Um, and also, just I do want to get more children and young adults into reading. I think that's something, like, I've read somewhere that 44% of people after they graduate college will not finish a book cover to cover in the United States. I don't know how it is in other countries. I know I have people from other countries, so if you know, let me know your statistics. But I just remember reading and being read to as a child, and it really helped me with my writing and my vocabulary and things like that, because if you're going into certain fields, you need to know how to write. Like, that's like really important. And just books in general are just a lot better than all of the crap that's on TV. All this crap that's on TV. And just, I'd rather, um, read than watch a lot of the things on TV. But I am watching The Borgias now with Jeremy Irons, so there's times I do watch that stuff on TV, but and just reading is really important. It's really important to build vocabulary. It's really important to just enhance your writing skills and just to have an intelligent conversation. I have a friend, a neighbor that's a teacher, and he subs a lot. Like, he's a teacher, but he also subs certain classes because it's a smaller school. And he actually one time told his class, and he teaches middle. He teaches it's an all, like, one of those schools that it's kind of not an all-in-one thing. It's and I think he told someone, and these were like high school students, so they're about to go into college. And he was talking about, reading, and he's like, guys, what if you get into college and you meet a cute girl or guy that reads, and you haven't read whatever they were reading, some historical, not historical, classical literature, and you're not going to be able to talk to that person. And he actually, because it's a smaller school, he'd actually talk to, I think his junior class, or the junior class was studying for their SATs, so they would take their pre-SATs, and so he was able to get a copy of the test, like not a copy, but like a practice thing, and he took it, and the teacher actually graded his test, and he's been out of college for a while now, and he did pretty good considering he probably didn't study for it like the class did, like the juniors did, and he probably didn't, they probably have gone through it in class and stuff like that. Do you go through that? I don't think you do, because some people aren't going to college, but hopefully they're studying for it, and he did pretty good considering this is someone that hadn't been in college for a while. And I think it was their English teacher said, your other teacher, blah blah blah, I'm not going to give his name out, he took the test, and he hadn't been in college for a while, and you guys said that test was hard, blah blah blah, but he did okay, and he's been out of college for a while. And the students looked at their English teacher and said, I know, but Mr. blah 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 reads. And she goes, exactly, that's why I'm telling you guys that you need to read things. Reading is really important. It's good for your mind. As I remember my friend told me that her teacher, her parents were sick of them all being on technology and not doing anything. And she goes, this is ridiculous. You're only allowed like an hour and a half of personal, like, yourself technology a day. And so when she wanted them to read, she'd say, oh, it's good for your mind. And just sorry. And it really is. It is really good for your mind, and just I enjoy it, and I want everyone to try and enjoy it. And there was a time that I was really going through like some difficult things, and I could not concentrate on just like reading and things. And when I look back on that makes me really sad, because that was something I did a lot. Even when I was in college, I still read a lot, and then I had kind of a dark time, and I didn't read at all, hardly. So that was really sad. But yeah, so reading is good, everyone. Reading is good. So this kind of took a weird turn. Anyway, I really enjoyed the Princess Diaries, and I have the second book in the series, so I'm probably gonna read that. I don't know if I'm gonna get the whole series though, because it is a long series. I think it's 20 books long, and I had enough of that with Pretty Little Liars, so I might not put myself through that again, because I don't know. Um, so I have no idea what I want to read next. Maybe something again light and fluffy, because I read The Empress of Tears about Alexandra Fyodorovna, and that was hardcore. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this little book review, and then we had a rant session, and then we talked about how reading is good for the kids and things like that. And like a lot of my live streams, they take weird turns, but that's the joy of YouTube. Oh, and before I go, I just wanted to say thank you for, like, I've gotten a lot of subscribers, I think 4 or 5 or more since my last upload. So thank you so much. I love doing this. I love YouTube, and I love getting my point of view out there, and I love talking to people. And I remember when I first started this channel, and I had 5 subscribers, and it just kept growing and growing, and I was like, okay, you like that, because some of my videos were, I've done a lot better, and I'm able to do a lot more stuff, and I learn a lot more, and I was like, you liked that video, and now I have like 357 subscribers, which is really, really cool. And it just seems like yesterday I had like 5 subscribers, and now I have 357. So thanks for my new subscribers. And sometimes I'm not getting these subscriber notifications. That's why I say like thank you to my new subscribers, because sometimes I see that they subscribed, but I don't get the blah 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 has subscribed to your channel. So thank you so much for my new subscribers, and for the old ones as well. So I hope you have a good day, and read Princess Diaries, and reading is good for the kids, and yeah, that's it. Okay, bye guys.